You could sense what it meant to the fans, the achievement of progressing to the next stage. Can you just sum up again, what it means to yourself and the club as a whole?
Yeah, well, I think the club's always the most important, and the supporters from the first whistle to the end, they can see in that, especially that the players need lifting and that pushing, and they come in all the way through the game, but especially at the end when they know that the players need that help to just keep them going and keep pushing forward. So no, it's a little bit of history created. We haven't been in the knockout stages for a long time, and so for the supporters, it's an amazing night, and obviously for the club, it's really good. And I think if we look at progress, we've won 3 games, we've drawn 3 games, we've lost 1, and over the course of the Champions League, it's a really good consistency.
And I know it's a terrific achievement in itself. But you go into the Villa game just a point behind them, knowing that anything from that game, but I guess you can go into that game and just set your sights on doing as best as you can, but knowing that you could even move further up the table.
Well, that's the idea. It's a great stadium to play football in. The atmosphere will be great. For us, we go there and we'll finish off the 8th game like we wanted to do in all the other games, was to go in and play well and look to win the game. Now obviously they're a fantastic opponent, but no, we go there with no fear, and we'll look forward to it when it arrives.
Brendan, when you returned to the club, you said you wanted progress in Europe. This is certainly something you can look at. How much more progress can this team make, because it seems to be developing all the time in Europe?
Well, it's just time and patience and support, isn't it? And of course, you've always got to be improving squads and developing the individual players. But the players are doing that. I think if you've seen where they've come from last season, where I thought we played well but didn't quite get the points, to now come in this season, to have 12 points at this stage is absolutely fantastic from where the club has been over a number of years at this level. So I think that's clear to see. And what can we do? It's just the idea is to hopefully be able to sustain this level over the coming years. But we have to make the first steps and qualify, and we've been able to do that, which is a fantastic achievement by the players.
I know you said the most important thing is the club, but is there a personal satisfaction there as well?
Yeah, no, clearly it's obviously a privilege to be here and manage here. There's been so many critics of Celtic at this level, and there's no doubt it is a challenge at the level, but the players have stepped up. They've been absolutely superb over the course of these 7 games. The setback that we had in Dortmund, we learnt from, and now the players on a night like tonight, they get the reward.
Brendan, did you have belief the whole time in the game? You said, at this level, there's always the opponent's going to come into the game, but did you have belief in your players the whole time that they were going to go and get that win like they eventually did? Yeah,
well, I think we've shown that, haven't we, in the games that we've played in the competition, especially at home. We've shown over the course of the whole season that we can score goals at the level. In the main, we've been defensively strong, and it's just that perseverance and resilience to keep going. As I said, this is a level where, despite young boys and their record, they got good players. That's why they're Swiss champions, and Switzerland, you see, as a nation, is a very good football nation. So yeah, but we have to. It's the mentality, and the crowd kept driving the team on, and we got the reward at the end. So yeah, we will always fight to the very end, and the players showed the benefits of that.
We've been running some simulations here, trying to work out the possibilities for the final game. You still can finish in the top 8. Is that what you're going to be telling your players when you go down to Villa Park next week?
I haven't really thought, to be honest. I think tonight was such a big night. There was such a big expectation on the team. I think everyone, looking at us at home and playing against a team that hadn't won and thinking that it's going to be easy, and there's absolutely no game at this level is easy. But we didn't get disappointed. We kept going, we kept fighting, we kept running, and like I said, we kept believing, and we get the points. So we have to recover and game at the weekend, and then we'll look forward to the 8th game at Villa. And as I said, it's an amazing stadium, one of the great grounds down in the Premier League, and we'll look forward to that when the game comes.
Brendan, without talking about the top 8 and that kind of thing, but just in terms in general, would the message be to the players, don't stop, don't sail into this, keep dreaming, keep pushing, keep going, there's more you can achieve here?
Yeah, I think that what we've shown is that, I said to the players beforehand that whenever we played Leipzig and we talked about starting fast and making it a running game and being really aggressive and everything else, we hadn't quite had that sort of performance. But now we had that Red Bull performance. It's now reality. You can play at that level against really good teams, and you can defend, because Atalanta was a big one for us as well. You're playing you see Atalanta every time you look, they've either scored 4, 5, 6 goals. So to go there and keep a clean sheet, that also gives you confidence. So for us as a squad, it's just continuing to grow at the level. This has been a fantastic 7 games for us, and to finish with 12 points, like I say, is no mean feat at the level. But you got to keep improving. But this will give the team a big belief, and we just got to keep pushing and keep looking to develop.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
Brendan.
Derek. Thank you.
Where does this achievement rank for you over your 2 spells as manager?
Well, listen, the bread and butter here is always our domestic football, and then, like I said, there's been a lot of critics around Celtic in Europe at this level. So I'm just very proud for the club and the supporters, because it's, like I said, there's been so many moments and near misses and some tough times at this level. But I don't think there's any doubt in the 18 months that we've been here. I think we've made progress and made some big steps, and this season we've shown that. So no, we just want to keep growing. It's as I said, it's a privilege to manage Celtic at this level, but I wanted to be a Celtic manager at this level and be competitive, and I think we've been that.
Brendan, you've not just qualified, but you've done it with that 1 game to spare. I mean, if you were told in the summer you would do that, did you think that was feasible, achievable, or have they surpassed what you thought they could do at this level?
Well, we hoped that would be the case. I think that to have 12 points after the 7 games, and especially with some of the teams that we've had in a group, and then obviously then you have the expectation to beat the other teams at home. I'm just so pleased for everyone. We've got the game at Aston Villa, so to be in the knockout stages already, I think it's a big achievement. So yeah, you just go into every game to do your best and hope that you can get to that point. I think we're all looking at it and thinking, yeah, if we do our work well, we could arrive before the last game, and thankfully we've been able to do that.
Just do 2 more, please.
Just a word on Kasper Schmeichel. Contract extension this morning, comes up with some really big saves tonight. How good is it having a goalkeeper like him at this level?
It's so important, to have a player where, and all the best players, they make the big contribution in the big games, and he's been absolutely outstanding since he's come in, both on and off the pitch. And like you see games tonight, his authority in the game, he's one of the world's best shot stoppers still. I will say that. He was fantastic for me at Leicester, but I know, and you see him at international level, he's such a brilliant shot stopper. And yeah, so pleased for him. So pleased he's fallen in love with the club. He's really enjoyed his time here and playing at a big club with big pressure. And thankfully he's going to continue with that work. So really pleased for him.
Brenton, for an American audience, could I just ask you about Cameron Carter-Vickers and Austin Trustees, their contribution tonight and over the campaign?
I thought that was an Irish accent you had there. Have you gone all American?
Yeah, Irish-American.
Oh, is that all right? Okay. No, I thought the 2 boys were colossal, really. I think it's, you have to defend well at this level. And that's why the other day you have to give a little poke to your centre halves, because you know what you're going to come into. And I think Austin was outstanding tonight, as was Cam. So for the American audience, they were very, very good, Mike. Very good.
Apparently, the US team has the big issue is in central defence. Could those 2 be an answer to that? And do you speak to Mauricio Pochettino? Is he in touch with you?
No, I haven't spoken to Maurizio, but Maurizio's assistant was up with me a few weeks ago. Not Jesus, no, Miguel. So he came and we had a good chat, and and just obviously gone through the guys and their qualities. And but listen, if you're playing at the very highest level in European football, then those two guys can play internationally. So, but obviously you get Tim Ream there, and he's obviously the captain, and you get some other players. But they really rate the two guys very highly. So hopefully, and you can see the two of them work very well together: pace, power, strength, and keep clean sheets. So yeah, very good.
Brendan, sorry, can I just ask before we finish up? Just a quick word on the red card at the end, Brendan. Obviously, I don't know if you've had a chance to see it back. Any quibbles with the red, and regardless of that, it's going to be a loss to lose Dijsselmeyer for however many games he's going to miss as a result.
Aye, it's a big loss because you see he's running, his intensity, his power, everything. So it's a big loss for us. But I haven't seen it back, to be honest. They tell me he's had a wee nibble and a kick out. So yeah, we'll see it before we decide anything else.